Hi guys, in today's video I'll review the smallest and the lightest BFS reel in a shape of Histar Aurora. So I'll have a closer look at this reel and I will test it out. So it will be interesting, stick around. Before going any further, I have to mention that this video is not sponsored at all, since Histar did not send me this reel to review and say only good things. I got this reel actually from a friend, borrowed from a friend who purchased it, and he said, it's a good reel, you should review it. And I'm listening for a good advice. Anyway, first of all, let's have a look at the reel itself. As you can see, colors are kinda gray metal, dark gray side plates, and black main frame. Main frame is matte, as in it's not shiny. Side plates are. And then we have carbon handle and carbon drag star. So yeah, very muted colors. You will see some gold elements as well, but yeah, just black, gray and gold. I like it. Looks are okay. But yeah, looks are one thing, performance is completely different one. So let's have a look at moving parts to begin with, I guess. So first of all, spool releaser knob. Let's have a look if it's, wobbling or it has any of free kind of movements to the sides or up and down when I try to move it. Now it's solid in this position and very solid here as well, so very good to see that. Now let's listen for that flick back sound. Nice and positive. Looks good. Okay, now the knobs, right? I will talk about the knobs in a minute, but let's have a look at the kind of freeway or slop movement, call it as you like really. So just observe that gap really between the knob and the handle. So there is a very slight one. Actually, this is better than like most divers and Shimanos when it comes to mid-price range ones. Very good. And the other one, this one just might have a little bit more than this one, but again, it's not excessive in any way, so very well done, Histar. And also you will see that the knobs are tiny, really small, and super comfortable as well. These will be my favorite knobs now. And kind of they are covered in the sticky or not sticky, just kind of grippy rubber, silicone, not too sure, but really nice. And there are some kind of engraved writings saying air or something. Not too sure if you can pick it up. And also you will see that there are no like caps that you lose them and then you lose one and then you have to discard the other one, otherwise they would look, off. In here it's nice, no messing about. If you will get some mud in, just wash it out and you will be able to access the screw. I really like this approach a lot. Okay, so this part is done. Now let's have a look at kind of how main gears are assembled, as in if they are moving or not. So I will try to make everything tight, and now I will look for that rotational movement, right? I will grab the spool and will try to kind of rotate the handle. No, actually all reel is moving, so it's solid here. That is impressive for such a small reel. Cheap reel as well. That is impressive. Maybe there is a slight one, but again, I do not feel it. I just feel, that gears are kind of wanting to move the spool. And then let's have a look if there is in and out slop. Again, look for that gap, kind of, or movement in that gap. There is a slight one. Yes, there is a slight one, but again, I have a few diver tattoos that they have probably twice as long freeway or slop in here. Wow, that is impressive. And also you have to apply quite a bit of, energy to see this slop. So when I turn the handle, it feels actually solid here. I do not feel any kind of, even when I do something like that, it feels solid. So gears are definitely very well assembled. So, and you just heard how the drag clicker works. So it has a drag clicker and very nice drag clicker, I should add. So it's very positive and kind of loud. So for example, here I have Kestrel. The difference is just huge. Like on windy days, I would not hear this Kestrel clicking away, but I will hear this one for sure. And it feels very, very refined, whether I would set drag on like very low setting or the highest. It feels the same more or less, so very, very good to see. Okay, we looked at movement here, and yeah, that's more or less moving parts done when it comes to the slop. This reel is the smallest BFS reel I ever reviewed. It's tiny actually. And before that it was Kestrel, but this Histar Aurora is actually smaller. Kinda, I'm not too certain if you'll be able to pick it up on camera. So when it comes to profile, it's just kinda slightly lower. Then when it comes to the width, I would say similar. Maybe slightly narrower. But when it comes to the length of the reel, it's way shorter. It's way shorter than the Kestrel. I do not know if you can pick it up on camera, but it's way shorter. Maybe I'll align them just like that. But even then, it's difficult to kind of present them on camera. At least it looks like and feels in the hand that this is like, I don't know, like half a centimeter, maybe 7 millimeters shorter. And it's super comfortable in the hand as well, because you can put your finger around here quite well. It's just very, very nice. So yeah, smallest BFS reel. Very cheap one as well. And when it comes to power transmission and smoothness, it's awesome, really. For this price, I am impressed. Just look, I mean, I'm using just one finger and I'm spinning this reel like nobody's business. So very, very little energy is needed to get the spool moving. As in startup inertia, startup energy is very, very kind of low. And then when you start spinning it, it's very, very smooth. It has that kind of hollow almost feeling and kind of very light, as if you would spin a reel and, kind of you would expect that nothing is happening. So it's very, very, light, very, very smooth. It's not like super quiet, reel when you spin it. As in, it's not like, $200 diver like air or something. But it's not a loud reel either. It feels actually very good. I like it a lot. And you just look at the size. That is a tiny. And those knobs just, oh man. I'll have some fun with this reel for sure. So I guess now let's have a look at all the clicking parts, right? You heard most of it already. So this one clicks. as in drag star clicks, then spool tension knob does not click. Let's check if it works though. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, and then brake wheel or adjuster clicks, very positive clicks and very, you know, well designed here. It's kind of out of the way. You will never ever kind of change the settings accidentally. You really will want to change it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, like all in all, it looks very, very good on paper so far. So now one thing that is very cool, it has kind of double setting when it comes to brake. So you will see that brake hub or braking hub is very, very fancy. So you can adjust the setting or settings by turning this wheel right from the outside, and all this will do, you will see that this block will go in or out. So now I'm just increased the brake or brakes to 5, so to maximum. If I will go to 0, you will see that this bit went in, but it's not all. So see, those are the magnets that would go inside of the spool. I'll take a weight of the spool in a sec, but just like that. But then you will see that we have some more information here, and you can actually, there are like tiny teeth to grab onto this wheel and then adjust. It's called micromagnetic brake system. So what it does really, it has like 4 settings in here. So if I would go at 0, right, it goes from 0 to 4, and you will see that it's a dynamic braking system now. See those magnets? Let me get that focus on here properly. So just observe that magnetic or magnets, basically, they are coming out like a little bit, so making kind of brakes on this reel dynamic. See, it's moving like probably 1 millimeter, I would say, on setting 0. But now if I will go to setting 3, you will see that magnets, that's it, they are locked, they are not moving. So you can adjust how dynamic your brakes can be. So 0, kind of very dynamic, if you will. 3, locked. So that's a first actually reel I seen this kind of a system. So that is impressive, and for this price, that's insane. And again, at this point it's difficult to tell how it will work, but it gives me a lot of options really. Since we're talking about the spool and weights, I'll grab my scales and we'll see how heavy the spool is. If I remember correctly, it was about 4 grams or something. Boom, 4.3 grams. I believe this one will be the lightest spool I ever took a weight of. And remember, it has a ball bearing on, which will be about 1 gram. So the spool on its own, it weighs under 4 grams. That is ridiculous. So if the brakes will perform very well, I'm expecting this reel to cast kind of comfortably, and in real fishing situations, like, you know, maybe even in trout fishing, like in tiny streams, like 1.5 gram, maybe 1 gram weights. But yeah, that's to be answered, I guess. So now let's have a look how heavy the reel itself is, right? Since we got everything. And I really like how simple, you know, is to remove the spool as well. So if I remember correctly, it was about like 115 grams as advertised. Yep, 115. And I like how accurate they are. I mean, they are providing stats very, very, you know, kind of accurately in the listings. So yeah, super light spool, super light reel. And also, since that's carbon, and those are very small, it will mean 1/5, reel is on the rod. There will be kind of less pull to the side, so the balance should be better. I mean, if that would be metal and handle would be metal, the reel always would want, because of gravity, just to flip that side, and now we have here everything light. So yeah, all in all, I guess what I will do now, I will put some line on and will go and do some casting. Here we go. I have put about 70 meters of Go 0.2 braided line on purpose reel, and currently I got 2-gram jig head, tiny clip, and about 3.5 centimeter long lure. This will weigh about 2.5 grams maybe or so. Okay, everything looks okay. I have brakes at about 3, and let's go. The lure went out, I would say, close to 20 meters out. River here is about 35 to 40 meters wide, so yeah, it's going like more or less to the middle of the river, this lure is. So, but I feel that I can go a few clicks down. Yeah, it behaved very, very well, and I gained maybe 4 or 5 meters, so that's good. Okay, 1 click down. Now I'm on about like 2, something around 2. Let's see. I'm impressed actually how it casts. Whew, it went like past, so it went over 20 meters, I would say. That is awesome. That is awesome. I have no wind though. Conditions for casting are more or less great. It goes a little bit to my left, which would say that it's a little bit over braked still. Right, let's go 1 down and let's try again. Whew, that is awesome. I would say that goes like about 30 meters. That is awesome. I'm impressed, guys. And spool behaves very, very well. And now see some fish stopped here. Yeah, same sort of distance, spool behaves well. Maybe I'm pushing a little bit, I have some vegetation, so I kind of am pushing a little bit, away from, like, it's not like normal casting. I would have a little bit different swing, like if I would, oh yeah, I just made a little step, and I kind of subconsciously, if you will, am able to cast better. But yeah, it casts like, I would say it's going close to 30 meters, guys. Whew. Yeah, it's going 30 meters out. It's 2 grams. And silicone, that is, if it would be like 2.5 grams of metal, it would go across the river. Silicone always stops the lure from going further, but I'm impressed. I did see some overrun, but still, it's awesome. Let's quickly check. Hope I won't lose, everything here. So I have brakes as dynamic ones. So let's go all the way to, I had static brakes. Magnets weren't moving. Now my magnets will move a lot. So let's see. I will go with a lighter cast. It went like almost half of the river. Definitely more stopping power with dynamic brakes, which is cool. Yeah, I'm not getting the distance for sure. It feels over braked. So those secondary brakes definitely do something. They add braking power, which is awesome. Yeah, I would say I'm getting the same distance, but again, it might be different when it comes to, pitching and just kind of short power casting for trout and something like that in difficult situations. Yeah,
about the same distance-wise. Let's go one click down. Now I'm on about 1, but I'm impressed, guys. I am impressed. Yeah, maybe I gained a little bit. I can't, you know, cast like straight in front of me because, you know, all those weeds behind me. I don't want, you know, to get snagged and blow up. Picked up little leaf. Okay, last cast, and then I will go lower on the bait. Boom. Yeah. For this price, it's awesome, guys. You won't be disappointed. Definitely, it cuts actually, I would say, further and better than my Daiwa Gecko it looks like. I mean, I will have to test it out like in a real like trout fishing situation, but for now it looks actually better, and you can't even compare the price. This one is like $30 or dollars, pounds, more or less, during sales, and Gecko is like 300, so 10 times more, and this is better and light as well. Okay, let's check on a very light lure now, and now I got 0.8 grams jig head and maybe half a gram or 0.7 grams, so basically this will be about 1.5 grams. Again, have a look at a reading of the scales to see precisely. Okay, let's have a look. I won't do anything to my brakes just now. I just will perform a few like soft casts. It went way to the left, but I mean, interesting. But the spool still behaved well. Oh, okay, now I got something, but it's nothing major. I mean, it just overrun, and my distance probably decreased like 3 times. Now I'm getting maybe like 13 meters, 10 meters, something like that. Yeah, I need to start messing about with my brakes a little bit. Let's go like, interesting. Yeah, I think I'm getting there. With a lower weight I have to like compensate, but again, it might be because of those weeds behind me, because, you know, I'm kind of afraid to perform like a swing like I would normally, but again, that's like more or less like more normal situation. Look, that went over 10 meters for sure. This went over 10 meters. Okay, little overrun, but again, nothing like happens, nothing major. It just kind of just stops. But remember, now I have full dynamic brakes. Yeah, I'm getting over 10 meters with this, you know, tiny little weight, and consistently. This is good, guys. This is good. Okay, I will try not to, you know, kind of do anything to the spool on the cast. It kind of overruns a little bit. Maybe it was my casting. And you see line lay, even after a few casts with a super light lure, it's still okay. I mean, it goes from edge to edge, so 10 out of 10, I would say. It's awesome. And really, that size, just look, guys, and those knobs. I have to say, I want to obtain quite a few of these reels, you know, and replace my other BFS with. Yeah, I'm getting over 10 meters with this weight. And consistently, and I can get, you know, now when I walked out my casting, it's going straight. Definitely the best casting reel when it comes to lightweight that I ever reviewed, you know. It looks like anyway currently. Look, I'm casting 1.5 gram weight. I'm not even like thinking about it. So for now I will use the same 2 gram jig head, you know, and I replaced that yellow lure with a motor oil one. Like tiny little fish, like about 4, maybe and a half, maybe 5 centimeters long, just to see if I can nail a perch from here. I have a little slack area here, and I should be able to find a perch or two here. and I will go kind of slack on my brakes, just if I'll get a bite, small fish should be able to pull through, you know, the drag. A little bite. This fish is pulling. Yay! Did you hear it was pulling? This fish was pulling the drag like a awesome. Okay, thank you. Little bite, just take it. Not too sure if you heard that drag kicked in on the strike, even though that's a tiny fish. So yeah, drag performance is also very good, just as I suspected. Look, I got the biggest one. I want to know whether to land him quickly. I just want to see how that. Perfect fish for a perfect, you know, reel. Very good combination. Still not a monster that I would, you know, usually consider a good fish, but remember, I just came out for, I don't know, 20 minutes, you know, just to perform a dozen of casts and managed plus beauty. Big mouth. Okay, thank you. Oh well, I just lost my lure to the snag. So yeah, I guess to amp this video upwards, I will say the following. Awesome reel, very cheap reel, still performs very well. Everything is good. Size, weight, you know, lightest reel on the market, smallest reel on the market, cast very well, even like under 2 gram weight. And yeah, if you want to check it out, I will leave a link in the description below. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and let's go home.